Like damn, she wanna afford to touch me. I say I want it, and she got it.
What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into TNA Victory Road from September the 13th, 2024. A pretty okay pay-per-view right before Bound for Glory. Pretty okay. The production for this was good. The crowd was into it because it's Texas, it's San Antonio, and it was just a really okay 2+ hour show. So I did watch the pre-show. We'll go over that real quick, and then from there we will get into the main card. So Kushida, he defeated Leon Slater. Leon Slater's really good. He reminds me of Javon Evans from NXT. And with a little bit of seasoning and stuff, Leon Slater will be something special. I could see him being X Division champion in due time. So there's that. Moving on, Jake Something and Hammerstone, they defeated Eric Young and Steve Macklin. Okay, cool. Also, Josh Alexander, he was on the pre-show. He gave a little backstage promo. He said that he's the heart and soul of TNA, and that he's tired of entertainers like Joe Hendry coming into the business and ruining it for guys like him. And he also said that Joe Hendry is a court jester, while he's the pro wrestling king. And he said he's going to either break Joe Hendry's ankle or drop him on his head and give him a C4 spike. So that's fine. Okay stuff. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night on the main card. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, they defeat First Class, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. I like 3 out of 4 guys in this match. AJ Francis sucks. Can we please move on from him? He's not good. Put him in GCW or something. Get him off of TNA, please. Just enough. The guy doesn't have it. He's okay on the mic, but he is really a total goofball, and he's just boring. I don't get it, man. I really don't. But I'm glad that Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy got the win via the Swanton Bomb, so that's fine. Moving right along. So, Mike Bailey versus Zachary Wentz for the X Division Championship. This match was fun. It was a spot fest, as we knew it would be, because it's Mike Bailey and Zachary Wentz. But both guys are good. Very good heart and fault. A very good back and forth hard fought match. There, I said it. The match was really good. It was solid. I thought that Zachary Wentz was going to retain. He didn't. Mike Bailey ends up getting the win via the Flamingo driver for the 1-2-3. And I assume the reason why they're doing that is to kind of give him a win back. I could see him losing it again to Zachary Wentz right before NXT goes to the CW on October 1st. Because I still do think that it should be Wesley versus Zachary Wentz for the X Division Championship. I mean, I know we're getting that at on the CW, but I don't know. But Zachary Wentz losing, it makes sense. I get the booking decision, but it is what it is. I don't see Mike Bailey being X Division champion long. I just don't see it. I don't. And rumor has it that he's basically out the company just about. There's rumors that he kind of really wants to leave, I assume, and probably work for Scott D'Amore. He's kind of in the same boat as Josh Alexander. The two of them are in the same boat. The two of them are Scott D'Amore's favorites. So I could easily see both of them going and working for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling sometime next year. So yeah, but the match was fun. Moving on, so the System, they're backstage. They suck. So Moose looks utterly disinterested in all this. He just didn't really care, I guess. I don't know. They're just talking about how they were going to reclaim tag gold and everything else. Who gives a shit about this? Moving right along. So this leads us to another match, but it didn't happen, and that was Matt Cardona and Steph De Lander versus Rhino and PCO. So Steph De Lander, she gets on the mic, she got a really long promo. She said that her career has been a dream at times, and she's proud to be in TNA. She's proud to be in the ring with her heroes in front of a sold-out crowd like this. She mentions there were 2,000 people in attendance, which was great. Really good stuff there. That's good for TNA. Like that. She thanks the fans for being on the journey with her. She said this stuff with PCO and Matt Cardona needs to get sorted out. It's hurting her. It's not the only thing that's hurting her, because she needs neck surgery, and she's been putting off for a while, but it's not no longer. So they start doing the stupid what chants, which I hate. I can't stand that. People need to really be ejected from the arena or the show. I think it's kind of dumb that people still do the what chants. So then she thanks Matt Cardona and she thanks PCO. And she then dips out. She says she's not retiring and she's not done with wrestling. This isn't a goodbye. It's just a until next time type of thing. So this is fine. And then so PCO and Steph De Lander, they both embrace. And they walk to the back, and then Matt Cardona attacks Rhino with the radio silence from behind. Who cares? This is just dumb. You didn't need to even do this. You could have done this via a backstage promo or something like that. What a waste of a segment. What does it mean? I have no idea. This was just dumb. Moving on. So, Nic Nemeth, he gets an interview in the back. He puts over the roster and the fans for these moments. Nic Nemeth takes the title as a responsibility and admits that Moose had his number so far, but he's rejuvenated all over again to beat Moose and hold the TNA title high. Okay, cool stuff. Moving on. So, Spitfire, Jody Threat, and Denny Luna, they defeat Masha Slamovich and Tasha Steelz, who's the replacement for Alicia Edwards while she's concussed. So they end up losing the Knockouts tag team titles, which is great. It makes sense. It was an okay match, not really all that important. So Jody Threat hit an F5 in the match, which was pretty cool. So that's cool there. Post-match, Alicia Edwards, she's what, maybe 4'11", 5 foot even, and she was just talking shit to Masha Slamovich. Masha Slamovich really did nothing. She slapped her and stuff, and then Masha Slamovich was about to go ham on Alicia Edwards, but Tasha Steelz hit a cutter and she saves Alicia. And then she beat down Masha Slamovich with some punches. And she and Alicia Edwards, they pose. Who cares about this? I feel bad for Masha Slamovich. Masha Slamovich deserves way better, man. TNA should be ashamed of themselves. They need to build her back up. It's a fucking travesty with what they're doing with Masha Slamovich. It's a damn travesty. It makes zero, and I mean 0 sense to do what they're doing with Monster Slamovich. Pathetic. Do better, TNA. Please do better. Moving on. So, we get a recap of the end of the tag match from the pre-show involving Hammerstone and Jake something. So, both of them, they're in the back. They made a statement tonight. Look at what happens when you put Hammerstone and Jake something together. They're adding more names to their list, and anyone who gets in their way, they'll suffer the same fate. This is great. I love this. This is excellent shit right here. Both two kick-ass wrestlers. Jake something has done nothing in a long time. He's done nothing. I think my bad, not Matt. I think Tom Hannafin, I believe he mentioned on commentary, Jake something hasn't won a match in like 5 months. And I'm like, what the hell? That's stupid. That's dumb. So this makes perfect sense. I'm glad that they're teaming up Hammerstone and Jake something, and they should be a badass tag team, and they probably will end up becoming the new TNA World Tag Team Champions at Bound for Glory. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on, Joe Hendry, he comes out. He gets on the mic before his match. He wants to talk a bit. Joe Hendry soaks in the chants of the crowd for a bit, bringing up that Josh Alexander didn't think Joe Hendry has what it takes. Well, Joe Hendry isn't defined by people like Josh. Their entire arena standing, we believe, and they believe in him. So this leads us into Joe Hendry defeating Josh Alexander. Match was decent. So Joe Hendry was about to hit a razor's edge, but Josh Alexander was able to avoid it, and he hit a powerbomb backbreaker. So the finish came with Josh avoiding a standing ovation, and then he was about to kick Joe Hendry in the dick. So basically Joe Hendry was wearing a cup the whole time, and this allows for Joe Hendry to hit the standing ovation, and then he adds in the ankle lock, and Josh Alexander taps, which was great. So this is great. Excellent stuff here, man. I'm loving Joe Hendry. Right decision, right call. We all know that Josh Alexander is on his way out. I'm still not buying the reports that he's trying to go to AEW or WWE. I said it in my TNA Impact review. I said that Josh Alexander is injury prone, and WWE, they're not really bringing in veterans like that. I don't see Josh Alexander doing much of anything in AEW or in WWE. I just don't see it happening. Even if you put him in NXT, he's just going to be a tag team guy with Ethan Page. Because once Ethan Page loses the NXT title, he'll probably go right back down to that mid card or go straight to the main roster. So I just don't see Josh Alexander going to a big promotion. I just don't. I could see him easily being the face of Scott D'Amore's Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, and I think that's what Scott D'Amore would want, and deep down, that's probably what Josh Alexander wants. Again, if Josh Alexander was maybe like 5 to 10 years younger than he is now, and he wasn't so injury prone, then maybe WWE would take a look at him and give him a shot. But me personally, I just don't see it. I don't. WWE, they're definitely going younger. They're not going older. They're going younger for sure. So there's that. Moving on. So the System, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, they defeat ABC, Chris Bay, Ace Austin. I wanted to slash my laptop in half with a samurai sword. Fuck the system. Fuck the system. This was worthless. Moving on. Jordynne Grace defeats Wendy Choo. She wins via the Juggernaut Driver. Post-match, Rosemary comes out. She spears Jordynne Grace. And then she hits the as above, so below finish. And then Wendy Choo locks in her sleeper. And that was it. So the match was fine. It was pretty cool. They did a spot in the match where they were on the outside and Wendy was about to use a pillow. And Jordynne Grace's grandmother grabbed it from her and she gave it to her grandmother to a nice little pop. So that was pretty cool. So Jordynne Grace winning is the right decision. We know that Xia Li's coming in, which is great. I'm guessing for Bound for Glory, it's probably going to end up being Xia Li versus Jordynne Grace. I think you could... my bad. I think, in my opinion, Rosemary versus Jordynne Grace, that speaks to me as more of a television main event, a TNA television main event versus an actual, pay-per-view co-main event or whatever. That's just me, but it's fine. Moving on. So we get a backstage segment between Ariana Grace and Santino Marella. So they both wish to be professional. And they're both happy to see each other and everything else. So this was really, really good stuff. I enjoyed this segment. It was fun. She actually called him Santino. And she said that she's going to be true to her roots and everything. And he's not going to get in her way. And she's going to be in TNA a while. So this is excellent. I love this. Really, really good shit right here. Excellent stuff here. Excellent. Main event of the evening. Nic Nemeth defeats Moose to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So, towards the end of the match, the system, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, they come down, they get involved. JBL comes from the crowd. He gives a clothesline. He comes from the crowd and he gives a clothesline from hell to both Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. So Moose is about to use the title belt. Santana comes out. He makes a save. He takes the belt from Moose. This allows for Nic Nemeth to hit a super kick into the danger zone for the 1, 2, 3. Nic Nemeth wins, and that was the show. So it's fine. This was okay. This was an okay pay-per-view. I thought it was alright. The only bad stuff was probably Steph De Lander. I mean, that could have been done via a backstage segment, or just they should never had a match at all, in my opinion, and that never should have occurred. You could have taken that off, because that was a waste of time. I didn't like the ABC losing. That was dumb. But I think what they're going to end up doing is they're probably going to do the system versus the Hardys. But the Hardys get their comeuppance. They get their revenge on the system. And then the system is done from there. Bound for Glory is in 6 weeks. So I'm hoping TNA has some surprises. I'm hoping that we do still get the NXT TNA collab. I think that would be cool, to where we have like a Worlds Collide type of, not really a full-fledged event of Worlds Collide, but you have the type of event where at least some matches on the card are going to be, NXT versus TNA. I think that's what they should do for some of the matches, not all. Maybe like 3 or 4 matches should be like that. The rest of the card should be strictly TNA matches. I have no idea what Nic Nemeth is going to be doing for Bound for Glory. I just don't. Frankie Kazarian, I forgot to mention, he was on commentary for the main event. I don't care. That, too, strikes me as a television main event. It just does. They could do an open challenge. And maybe Bobby Lashley shows up. Hopefully he does. But here's my prediction when it comes to Bobby Lashley. If he doesn't show up at Grand Slam for AEW, or if he doesn't show up at Wrestle Dream in October, then he's probably more than likely TNA bound. But for me, I personally don't think that the Bound for Glory main event should be Frankie Kazarian and Nic Nemeth. That would suck. No. Nor should it be a multi-man match either. I don't know what they're going to... I don't know what TNA has planned, but they have 6 weeks to kind of figure it out and get the ball rolling. So, I don't know. But all in all, Victory Road was okay. What did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.